Did you know the very first month Allah chose to start the year is a sacred month, and most of us ignore it completely? Every year we set New Year's resolutions in January, but have you ever wondered what Allah wants you to do at the real start of His calendar? What if the blessings you're begging for are waiting for you in these first days of Muharram? It's a quiet evening. You've just prayed Maghrib, and you sit alone in your room scrolling through your phone. The year has felt heavy. You've been fighting battles nobody knows about. Disappointments, heartbreaks, moments when you felt like Allah was silent. You've questioned your worth, your purpose, even your faith. But now, the calendar flips. Not to January, not to a man-made holiday, but to something far more powerful. Muharram, the first month of Allah's calendar. And here's what almost no one tells you. Muharram isn't just another month. It's sacred. Allah called it one of His Hurum, the 4 sacred months in which deeds carry extra weight. Good deeds are multiplied and sins are more serious. It's a chance to start over, but on Allah's terms, not the world's. You're sitting there thinking about how fast time passes. Another year gone, and you wonder, what have you truly done to get closer to Allah? How many prayers have you missed? How many times have you let anger, jealousy, or despair get the best of you? You remember the nights you cried, begging Allah for something to change. And now, imagine Allah giving you a fresh start. Imagine this month as a door He Himself opened for you, an invitation to leave behind the mistakes, the doubts, and the regrets. Imagine that every sincere step you take right now, every prayer on time, every time you hold your tongue from gossip, every time you choose forgiveness over revenge, will weigh heavier on your scale than at any other time. You've been there before. You made promises to yourself you didn't keep. You felt motivated for a week and then slipped back into old habits. But this time, don't let the opportunity of Muharram pass you by. Don't treat it like another page on the calendar. This is your chance to start the year with Allah at the center. So what are you going to do differently now that Muharram has arrived? Because the story you tell yourself today will shape your entire year, and maybe your eternity. If you don't know the problems, you'll never appreciate the solutions Allah has given you in this sacred month. Most of us treat Muharram like just another month. We don't realize its sacredness or the unique opportunities it holds. We're distracted by work, studies, social media, everything except what actually matters. Muharram is not just the first month of the Hijri calendar. It's one of Allah's 4 sacred months. The Prophet ﷺ said, "The year is 12 months of which 4 are sacred." Bukhari. This means Allah Himself elevated these days, and anything you do, good or bad, counts more. To help you make the most of Muharram, here are 6 things you should do right now. 1. Fast on the day of Ashura, 10th of Muharram. The Prophet said fasting on Ashura expiates the sins of the previous year. That's a free reset. Don't miss it. 2. Increase your nafil, voluntary prayers. Every rak'ah in these sacred days carries multiplied rewards. Try adding at least 2 rak'ahs of duha or qiyam. 3. Give charity generously. Start the year by purifying your wealth. Even a small daily amount in Muharram can set a tone of barakah for the rest of your year. 4. Reflect on the hijrah of the Prophet. Peace be upon him. Muharram marks the hijrah, the migration to Medina. Reflect on what you need to leave behind. Bad habits, toxic relationships, doubts. 5. Make constant dhikr and istighfar. The sacred months are a time to clean your heart. Set a daily goal. I won't sleep tonight without saying Astaghfirullah 100 times. 6. Set Islamic goals for the new year. What do you want to memorize? How will you improve your prayers? Write them down now while your heart is inspired. Remember, Allah gave you Muharram to help you reboot your faith. If you ignore it, you'll miss a door He Himself opened for you. But if you act, you might just look back a year from now, amazed by how far you've come, because you chose to start strong with Allah. Listen carefully, because these next moments could change your entire year. This isn't the time for empty words or hollow promises. This is the time to wake up. You see, Muharram isn't just a month. It's not another fleeting date on your calendar. It's a divine opportunity, a sacred opening, a heavenly call that echoes through the chaos of your life, whispering, "Come back to me." This isn't your breakdown, it's your breakthrough. You've spent nights crying yourself to sleep, days doubting if you're worthy of Allah's mercy. You've looked in the mirror wondering if you'll ever change. But hear this, the doors of forgiveness are open wider in these days than you can imagine. And all it takes is one step, your step toward Allah. These aren't just days of the year, they're days written by Allah for you, for your healing, for your transformation. Don't let your past define your future. Don't let yesterday's sins choke tomorrow's hopes. Don't let the whispers of your failures drown the promise of Allah's mercy. Remember, in these sacred days, your repentance weighs heavier, your prayers rise higher, your charity shines brighter. Your struggles for Allah's sake matter more than you can comprehend. So don't settle for surviving. Rise to start thriving. Don't waste these days scrolling aimlessly. Fill them with purpose. Fill them with prayers. Fill them with powerful intentions that pierce the sky. Because every second in Muharram is a second to reclaim your life, to rewrite your story, to replace your excuses with actions, to trade your fears for faith. So when you stand before Allah on the Day of Judgment, you can say, "I didn't let Muharram pass me by. I answered your call. I fought for my soul." This is your moment, your sacred window. And it's closing with every tick of the clock. Will you seize it or sleep through it? Now that you know what makes Muharram sacred and what Allah is offering you in these days, you have a choice to make. You can walk away from this video and slip back into the same habits that kept you stuck last year, or you can let these words light a fire in your heart. So let me leave you with a question. When you look back a year from now, will you wish you'd started today? Because this moment, right here, right now, is your chance. A chance to break cycles that have weighed you down. A chance to reset your relationship with Allah. A chance to honor the sacred days He gave you. Don't let these days be just another blur on your calendar. Make them your turning point. Make them the days you finally decided to take your faith seriously, to pray on time, to forgive others, to give more in charity, to remember Allah with every breath. This isn't just motivation. This is a divine opportunity, and opportunities from Allah don't always come again. So if these words reached your heart, don't let them stop with you. Share this video with someone who needs a reminder. Send it to your family, inspire your friends, because maybe through you, Allah will guide another heart back to Him. And remember, the real question isn't what you're going to do someday, it's what you're going to do right now. What will you do with Muharram?